People, of course, might suggest it's never easy in family feuds. I mean, there you have he said, she said, and then, of course, if you're part of that particular family, you're not allowed to speak to certain individuals, are you, at family events? We've all had it. We all exactly empathise with what's going on. But when it's presented on the world stage, it's a lot tougher to deal with, as, of course, senior members of the British monarchy are finding out now with the very much loose cannons the former royals known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And this particular timing was very well placed. Some people might suggest, in fact, that the King, the Queen, and indeed other senior members are finally hitting back. We're talking, of course, about the removal of Prince Harry's HRH status on the royal website. But how did this truly come around? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you today. As ever, lovely to have your company. Now, by the way, did you know that this happened on this day? 1889. Yes, cast your minds back. But in 1889, marvellous year. In 1889, Dan Rylands from Barnsley in South Yorkshire, no less, invented this. That's right, the screw cap. Where would we be without it? And of course it became, well, used literally everywhere. Of course today you don't see it as much, do you? But who remembers seeing those pop bottles? Do you remember when you were a kid that you took back? I don't know if that happened in your part of the world. And you got a few pence, but you know, we were doing recycling before these Greta Thunbergs and even thought of it. You know, it's ridiculous, isn't it, when you think suddenly somebody latches on and becomes a multimillionaire on the back of it. Wish I'd have thought of it. But as I often say here on the show, it's nice to remember people that have given something to the world. Dan Rylands of Barnsley, we salute you, lad. Absolutely. True northern accent there. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. See, this story really took off because if you recall at the earlier period of the year when Prince Harry was talking to all those interviewers and someone dared, in fact, the ITV interview to suggest about the removal of titles. Well, Harry's hair, well, what's left of it, nearly flew off his head, quite frankly, because he didn't want that. He knew that with the titles removed, he didn't have too much to sell. I mean, after all, what does he have? But where it gets interesting is now the British monarchy have, of course, removed his title from the royal website. This has not gone down well at all with Prince Harry. Meghan Markle, allegedly not too fussed. She'd rather be known simply as Meghan Markle. It's a better brand for her, double name, as it were. But here's where it now gets interesting, because a lot of that removal came from people writing to the palace. Quite simply, truly, 100%. They felt it bad that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were using titles on behalf of the British monarchy while offering nothing in return back to the royal family. I'm not just talking family, but literally the firm, as it's nicely called. And obviously, you know, senior members of the monarchy look at these letters, get told about them, and they realise that this is the public feeling. Under the reign of King Charles, he may take a little bit more time, shall we say, but he's proving to be very effective in the slow removal, for instance, Frogmore Cottage, and now the HRH. But there's another pushback. More people over here in the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, and I'm sure the world, do not understand why Harry and Meghan's children still retain titles. Clearly no intention at this point in being part of the British family, and of course no intention possibly in the future of contributing, but they get a title, monetization, as many people said. If Harry and Meghan truly wanted to make their mark on their own, they could have gone under the banner of Windsor. You know, why did he simply need to have a title? Now, Harry was really rocked by this in Tokyo. Let me tell you, there is more to come. And as I often say here on the show, it's a developing story, one that Prince Harry will be none too happy about. But as ever, foundations, shall we say, around the Sussexes are ever moving. I'll keep you posted when I know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.